investigation into what you've been doing in your spare time, but the last time PCO was here, I showed up to the building with a jacket, and you know what? It magically disappeared. And I went home in the cold without a jacket. So what do you think happened to that jacket, Nick? Any ideas? Because there's only one man in the ring right now that it is history of stealing jackets.
Are you talking about how Quebecer Pierre stole Bret Hart's jacket, Greg?
So you know what I'm talking about.
Of course I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know what happened to your jacket there, Greg, but I do know that right now, Chris Dickinson, whoa, out of nowhere, grabbing PCO by the leg, shoved him to the ground, and I don't know that I would be the one trying to poke the bear here to get this match going. I maybe try to be a little bit more agile, a little bit more running around, trying to, I don't know, wear PCO down a little bit.
No. With a guy like PCO, look, like the guy's not in the right frame of mind. It's got to be a feeling out process, and both of these guys are great grapplers. Both have grappling backgrounds, MMA backgrounds. I mean, this is going to be fist for fist, man against man. Again, manliness, something you know not much about.
Well, I know that right now we're looking at some gentlemen here trying to wrestle. There's a lot of chain wrestling going on here in the ring, and PCO just overpowering him like a bear, grabbing Chris Dickinson and muscling him to the ground, and he's still on top in that top mount position. Chris Dickinson now looking to maybe go for that arm bar.
Got to watch those shoulders,
got those legs wrapped around PCO's arm, and yeah, look at that. PCO fighting it off, rolling around. Chris Dickinson looks like an anaconda trying to get a hold of a gazelle, but PCO powers his way through it. Dickinson gets to the rope, and the referee says, guys, break it up. Get back to your feet.
I'll tell you what, my anaconda don't want none of this.
Wow. PCO now eyeing Chris Dickinson, and now they're going for maybe a test of strength here. No, Chris Dickinson again getting in close. He wants to wrestle PCO, which may be the best decision here, because as we've seen, PCO, for the years of veteran experience, you may think that he may not have the same athleticism as he did, a few years ago.
No.
That is not true at all.
Not only is he more athletic than he's ever been, I mean, again, the guy has a screw loose. I mean, he's going to do whatever it takes. I once saw him in Impact Wrestling do a senton from the top rope to the floor onto Chris Sabin and miss. And you know what? He kept going. I mean, this guy's a madman. He'll do whatever it takes to get the win.
Absolutely. And look at him bouncing off those ropes. Oh, like a train off the tracks.
Right through him. And that's impressive, because Chris Dickinson is not a tiny man by any stretch of the imagination. But
I was thinking the same thing, Greg.
But he's dwarfed by PCO here.
I was standing next to Chris Dickinson in the backstage area there. And
Chris Dickinson said, get away from me.
Well, I felt like a little kid standing next to that guy. You stand next to PCO. The man's huge. Sunset Powerbomb Powerbomb attempt there from PCO.
That was just a sunset flip.
Well, I mean, if he got it through and slammed him to the mat, it would have been a sunset powerbomb, Greg.
Fair enough, I guess.
Which I've seen him execute. But Chris Dickinson cut him off there. And now he wants to go chop for chop with PCO. I don't know what's going through this guy's brain. You talk about Quebecer Pierre having a screw loose. You got to have some kind of screw loose up top to say, I want to chop you in the chest as hard as possible, and I defy you to chop me back harder than I can hit you. And he's down with the chops. Chris Dickinson with some big kicks. Now Quebecer Pierre firing back with some kicks of his own, and I don't think that was appropriate language used there by Chris Dickinson.
Yeah, that goes against everything that we stand for here at Black Label. That son of a... I'm sorry.
Yeah, wow. And that running drop there from Pierre right on top of Chris Dickinson. I don't know that I would have used that salty language against Quebecer Pierre.
Pierre's had titles all across the globe, including he's a former WWF Tag Team Champion.
And look at that, man! Each man went for the hip toss, but PCO was finally the one to get the better of Chris Dickinson, and he applied the armbar that Dickinson was looking for earlier there. Looks like Dickinson managed to get his tiptoes to the ropes, and the referee called for the break. But Quebecer Pierre, the damage was done. You could see Chris Dickinson writhing on the outside there, clutching his arm. Quebecer Pierre doing a war dance here, psyching himself up. Looked like he was going to go for a plancha on the outside.
I think he was going for a plancha there, but Dickinson slid in and stopped him there.
Dickinson gets dropped neck first right across the top rope by Quebecer Pierre, who was standing on the ring apron, and now he's laid out in the middle of the ring, and PCO, he's going to go. He's going to go to the top rope right now.
Don't act like you're shocked. Hey, look, this guy will do whatever it takes to get a win. He's a high flyer.
What is Dickinson doing here? He's got PCO by the throat with one hand, and now he's got him up in the gorilla press position. Whoa! Drops Quebecer Pierre groin first right across that top rope, and You can see PCO precariously straddling that top rope.
Nick, you want to go check on his urethra real quick?
I ain't gonna. No. What kind of reaction do you think? No way.
What kind of man are you? Do you
I'm
make sure
not.
he's okay?
No, and look at that. He just was dangling there. And Chris Dickinson popped off the top rope with that double axe handle across the back of PCO. PCO finally able to roll off that top rope to the outside, and Chris Dickinson now in the ear of PCO yelling at him.
Well, I said earlier you control the head, you control the body. If you control, control that thing, you control a lot of a man's capabilities. You wouldn't know anything about that, but that's a really tender area. Dickinson
is now pulled the steel steps to the side away from the ring, and he's just throwing PCO's face right across that ring apron there. What does he have in mind? He's taking PCO over by the merchandise table, and look at that, Chris Dickinson.
This is no good.
Picked up PCO right across the shoulder. Running power slam, sending PCO right across those steel steps, and look at this physicality. We just had Eric Ryan and Marcus Crane out here, two guys that don't mind doing some deranged things, but I think Chris Dickinson, I didn't give him enough credit. I thought that he'd maybe be underestimating PCO, but he seems to have come into this, and just like you're right, bull at a china shop. He didn't want to give PCO a chance to get in on him, get agile, anything. He came in here with a strategy. He mat wrestled him, he took him down, got him to the outside. Now he's getting violent. And that's what you got to do with a guy like PCO. He's so big.
Hey, man, Chris Dickinson is well-traveled in his own right. He's had titles for Jersey All-Pro, Absolute Intense Wrestling. He's had Evolve Tag Team titles. He's wrestled for Evolve, Dragon Gate. I mean, this guy has experience. This guy is deceptively agile.
And strong.
And very, very powerful. I was just going to say that.
Wow, a pile driver onto PCO.
That could be it.
It sits on that. No, wow. A lot of guys a pile driver. That's it. And again, showing you the resilience of Quebecer Pierre there. I mean, this is not a man who goes down easily. He wants it maybe more than some of these younger guys on the scene right now because he's trying to prove something.
Well, I mean, a legend like Pierre always has a point to prove. Sometimes when you're in the WWF and you're not exactly that top tier guy. He's worked with top tier guys.
That's what I'm saying.
He's got that chip on his shoulder. He wants to prove that he can hang with some of the best, and he's done that for several decades.
Another pile driver there from Chris Dickinson, 2 in a row. Oh man, and PCO just barely able to eke it out there, getting his shoulder off the mat. And that's what I'm driving at, Greg. You bring up, wasn't a top of the mountain guy, right? A lot of success, a lot of notoriety, but never able to take that top spot. And that's why I say maybe he wants it more than a Chris Dickinson. Maybe he wants it more than an Ethan Page or a Kobe Durst, because unlike these guys who have so much time ahead of them, so many opportunities ahead of them, this is it for PCO.
But does he want that win as much as he wanted my jacket, which he stole behind my back?
Greg, you got to let the jacket go. PCO, he wants this win. He wants to be the man in Black Label Pro and beyond.
I could really use a jacket. I mean, we've had a long winter.
Greg, you got to let the jacket go. We don't know where the jacket went. I was told with confidence Quebecer Pierre didn't take your jacket. And Chris Dickinson now, he's letting loose. 2 pile drivers on PCO. Maybe you could just chop him down like a tree.
How would you feel if PCO took your pants and jacket?
I'd feel a lot better if he did that than do what he's doing right now to Chris Dickinson.
Of course you would.
It's like if the tree grabbed the axe and went after the lumberjack. PCO.
Whoa!
With a side suplex. Uranagi-style side suplex there.
Up and over.
Dropping Chris Dickinson across the right on his back. It looked like he may have got a little bit of the top of his head, too. Snapped his spine a little bit, maybe. Chris Dickinson definitely seems like he's out on his feet. Not a time to be out on your feet when you see a giant man like PCO running at you for a splash. And PCO with a DDT right there. Dropping Dickinson to the mat.
And one thing we haven't talked about in this match, one thing that gets overlooked sometimes, Pierre's only got use of one eye.
You're absolutely right. Yes, I believe his left eye. He's completely blind.
Right eye.
Right eye.
Lost it at the age of 12 from a pellet gun.
That is, you'll shoot your eye out. Oh, man, pop-up powerbomb. The originator of the pop-up powerbomb.
That's right.
Quebecer Pierre.
But, somehow he still managed to have an eye for my jacket.
Well, Greg, again, I think you should let the jacket go as Quebecer Pierre now perched on the top rope.
I have contacted the authorities,
Feet
not the
on the
Mounties. I'll tell you that right now.
Feet on the middle rope. I wouldn't call the Mounties.
The local police.
Not going to help you.
Here in Indiana, I filed a formal police report.
And look, Chris Dickinson just grabbing the ankle there of Pierre. He doesn't know what Pierre's got in mind, but he's going to desperately try to cut off whatever it may be. And now on the outside, and he pulls Quebecer Pierre's leg through the top and middle rope to the outside. Pierre still perched on top, wrenching away at that knee and ankle. Chris Dickinson like a dog that's down and out in a fight, foam in the mouth. He's willing to do whatever it's going to take, and now he's up there on top with PCO. He's got him in the side headlock. Could he be going for a bulldog off the top rope?
Who knows what he's got in mind.
Pierre's now. He's got him in the fireman's position on the middle turnbuckle, middle rope.
Whoa!
Wow, into that diving fireman's suplex swanton off the middle rope, rolling right through him like a steamroller.
Unbelievable. Pierre's got to capitalize, like he capitalized on my jacket that was on my chair.
If Chris Dickinson was fresh cement, he'd be flattened out right now as PCO rolled right through him.
He's got to make the cover.
The crowd right now, so invested in these two men. And Chris Dickinson barely able to get out after that huge maneuver there for PCO. And these two men, I would say that they don't know where they're at or what they're going to do, but I can see both of them, their eyes rolling there, putting together their strategy. And PCO, you got to think of these two guys putting together their strategies. He's been in situations like this far more times than Chris Dickinson. You got to think he's going to know what to do. And look, Chris Dickinson got his foot up there. He was one step ahead of him. He's playing three-dimensional chess here. PCO looks to be playing checkers. Hurricane Rana from Chris Dickinson out of the corner. Goes to a boot to the gut. Several big kicks. Enziguri to the back of the head.
Pierre blocked that first kick, but he couldn't block the other two, and now he might be done for.
Chris Dickinson's going for a German suplex on a man of PCO's size. That seems like a very dangerous idea. Wow! Did just hit him with that German. He turned him inside out. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Wow, incredible. Again, that strength from Chris Dickinson. You know, he's got that Claudio Castagnoli type physique there.
I mean, he's a beast. He's a beast in the gym, and he's a beast in the ring. And he's showing that right now by giving it to one of the all-time legends of professional wrestling, but a man who is also a clothing thief. And
I would say that in short order, this match has become one of the best ever in Black Label Pro. These two men, they came ready to fight tonight.
Low bridge there by Pierre.
Yeah, Chris Dickinson's now on the outside, and this is exactly where PCO usually likes to see his opponents, because if he could take flight, if he could throw this full weight over that top rope and hit him with that plancha.
Whoa!
Whoa! Wow! Wow! Oh, somersault right over the top from PCO.
Both of these guys could be done for after that one.
Wow! And listen to the crowd respond. The house that PCO built here tonight, Chris Dickinson, for all the vigor and muster he showed here tonight against his competitor in PCO, he's out. That man is dead weight, and PCO knows it. He rolled him right into the ring here, and it may be time for the Lion to have its final blow. No, as he tries to get to the ring.
Come on.
Chris Dickinson cuts him off at the pass by kicking that middle rope there.
Well, he went right
Another
back
low
to that
blow.
sweet spot like he did earlier.
What's he setting him up for here? Stalling suplex brainbuster.
That's it. No!
Wow.
Are you kidding me? Are you?
These two men, we could be here all night, Greg. I know we've got some other big matches here tonight, but I feel like these two men are going to have to do some things that they did not think that they were ever going to have to do in a wrestling match to pull out a victory here.
Well, I mean, Chris Dickinson's done some pretty down and dirty stuff, but I mean, he is dirty Chris Dickinson, so I mean,
that's
true.
Be a surprise. Oh, and look at that disrespect to a veteran like PCO, kicking him right behind the head, throwing him face first at that turnbuckle. You know, you get in these situations where they say don't meet your heroes. Well, what about when you have to fight them? You know, that luster is gone. These are just two men now, sharing space, trying to show their dominance. Chris Dickinson muscling PCO to the top rope, laying him out hammock style. What is he trying to do here? He's trying to push him out of the ring? Get him to the top rope? PCO fight. I mean, Chris Dickinson. It's like taking a frying pan and smacking somebody repeatedly in the chest with it.
I mean, he's got to be frustrated. He's just going to put his hand right through PCO.
Going for that superplex here off the top rope is Chris Dickinson. PCO, he's not going to have any of it. I had a strange feeling Chris Dickinson may be able to pull this off, but PCO seems to have other intentions, other things in mind as these two men are just brawling.
Rocking his jaw there, PCO.
And now Chris Dickinson finds himself in a place you do not want to be.
What
the hell is Quebecer Pierre doing here?
I got a feeling I know what he's going for here.
No!
I've seen this before from him.
You cannot tell me PCO is going. Oh! Wow! And just like that, the body of PCO comes raining down from the sky on top of Chris Dickinson. And the gravy train here at Black Label Pro of classic bouts for PCO and big victories, all the same. Continuing on, that again, Greg, wow, of all the bouts we've had the privilege to call here at Black Label Pro, I have to say that's got to be one of the finest I've seen here. What a brutal contest. Both men just beating each other, taking some risks, some high-flying risks. I mean, anything and everything you could possibly expect from a pro wrestling contest, you got it right here tonight between Quebecer Pierre, PCO, and Chris Dickinson. Man, 3 big matches here already tonight, 3 blow-away bouts. You got to wonder what is still to come here as we work towards the big Black Label Pro Championship match between Filthy Tom Lawler and Nick Gage. And look at this, Quebec, what's he doing? Greg hit himself. The match is over.
He's not all there. He's not all there. You know what? He's got the victory, and he's leaving Chris Dickinson out in the cold. Maybe he can do something like, I don't know, donate a jacket.
Greg, you gotta let. I'm pretty sure.
I'm not letting it go.
I don't think Quebecer Pierre took your jacket. I don't think PCO took your jacket. I'm gonna just say it. I think you need to let it go.
I tell you what. Like I said, I filed a police report, and I crossed the T's, and I dotted the I's. Pierre, I dotted the I's.
What is Chris? Oh, look at this. Chris Dickinson, now dirty Chris Dickinson. After having to use some dirty tactics to try to beat this man, showing an immense amount of respect. This is exactly what Black Label Pro is all about here.
I do appreciate
bringing some of the finest competitors from around the planet right here to prove to one another that they are the best, that they can go at a very high level. And this is a hard loss for Chris Dickinson. Again, this is a guy that is probably going to have a lot of opportunities ahead of him, and he learned a lesson here tonight from a veteran. But for PCO, we talked earlier about Ethan Page.